feel like I'm
Sure.
going to really piss you off with this one. Have you ever heard of the Angels and Entrepreneurs Summit?
I did. They basically took my book and my investment in Uber, which was one of the legendary investments, and they kind of crafted their whole angel investor summit. It was with one of the sharks and Neil Patel.
Yeah.
This is a disgusting scam. They basically
I was worried you were going to be like, yeah, this is real legit. I was like, please don't say that.
This is super disgusting. And they basically cribbed a lot of what I do and used that language. So, I'm famous for making this crazy and, Uber investment, that paid off thousands to one, right? And that I got very lucky in that regard to hit that, but it does happen in Silicon Valley every 5 to 10 years. You hit one of the outlier companies, Google, Facebook, Airbnb.
Right. That's why you're investing. Yeah.
That's what I do. Right.
Yeah.
It's you're hoping that you hit 1 in 1,000. Well, I've hit that a couple of times. It's very hard to do, but it is possible. So I wrote a book about that with HarperCollins Business. The #1 business publisher in the world paid me a lot of money to write that book. It's been translated into 7 languages. The book is $10. I explain to you everything I've learned. And I hope you buy it, or I hope you get it for free. I hope somebody passes it on to you and you get it from the library and you get all that value for $10, because I don't need money from founders or the public. I make a lot of money as an angel investor. There's no amount of money that individuals could pay me that could ever match an investment in Robinhood or Uber or Calm. I mean, does that make sense?
Of course it makes sense. No, this is what I've been telling my audience. This is what I've been telling my audience, is that if they had a better way to make money, they would just do that. They're doing what they do.
Yes.
They're preying on desperate people because they can't actually do what they say they can do. All these penny stock traders, they can't really trade. That's why they sell it. It's so trite. It's like the saying, like, those who can't do teach, but now it's those who can't do charge $2,000 for a course and then claim to be like the #1 guy in the world. I think I've been watching a bunch of trading funnels recently. I've heard top trader in the world probably 10 times in 10 funnels. And it's like, you can't say that. Well, I guess you can, but it's a lie, of course.
Well, and I run something called the Angel Summit. And the Angel Launch is the name of my investment fund, Launch, and we do the Launch Angel Summit. So this scumbag Neil Patel, who I know because he used to be around the industry, has never made any angel investments I know of. I've never seen him on a cap table. He is, I think, turned into a bit of a grifter. And I can tell you he's not talented, and he's kind of laughed at in our industry as like one of these affiliate kids who does this like crazy affiliate summit.
Didn't he also copy a lot of stuff? Like, I think he was caught like plagiarizing several times.
He's plagiarized me a million times, I think, just in this effort. And then they did that thing where they hire the sharks. So the sharks from Shark Tank, Mark Cuban excluded because he's actually rich.
He's actually rich, yeah.
But I think the other sharks are not actually rich. And he had the one guy do these videos on a yacht. Did you see those?
Oh, yeah.
And I can tell you Neil Patel is not rich and doesn't own a yacht.
But they can rent a yacht.
But they rented a yacht.
Everything
and then which shark did he have on this?
Robert Herjavec.
Okay, so I don't know Robert. He seems like a nice guy, but Damien and Robert seem to do any paid speaking gig that you give them. And if you give them $50,000, they'll stand next to you. And then what these scumbags do in these courses and stuff is they take them, they give them $50,000. Then you, as an unsuspecting person, says, "Oh, they're from Shark Tank. They're billionaires." Well, they're not billionaires, or else they wouldn't need the $50,000 speaking gig.
Can I make it worse? So not only that, they Robert ran a real estate seminar gig, which that's a gigantic scam industry, where it said like, "Oh, you're gonna meet this guy, blah blah blah," and then he wasn't actually at these events, and it's a boilerplate room where basically they're just trying to sell you on these like $20,000 seminars. Okay, that's him. Damon John is connected to Raging Bull, who, remember the FTC guy? Oh yeah, he had a video endorsing that guy because, of course, like you said. $50,000. They'll do anything. I don't think he's ever said anything about that except to basically block people who talk to him about it. Then Damon John also got on a thing with Grant Cardone and told
I saw your video of that where they said take the last $1,000.
We've got to play it for people because they won't believe it. They will not believe this.
It's unbelievable. They're like, if this person has only $1,000 left and it's Christmas, what do you tell them? And Damon John says,
I tell them to buy it.
Buy the course for
and Grant Cardone
Your last
goes,
1,000 kids get no Christmas presents. No
Grant
Christmas
Cardone
for family.
goes, me too. I would tell them the same thing. That's who we're dealing with, folks. That's who we're dealing with. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
This is so and you caught them editing their video and editing out the Christmas part. So even these scumbags have a limit, right?
Oh yeah. Hold on. I gotta just find the clip real quick.
It is so disgusting what I'm seeing here. And I God bless you for doing this work. I have no idea what possesses you to do this.
I got pissed off. I saw these guys and I got so angry that they set me on this year-long quest. I literally thought it would take me a week to call all these guys out. And then you just find yourself peering down the rabbit hole. You're like, wait, what is this? It's a weird phenomenon. Okay, let's see if we can find this clip. Ever could. Hold on, I got to find the exact clip.
Like some of them aren't like, I don't think Kevin O'Leary or Robert or Damon John actually have money, because if they did, why would they be on a rented yacht? Why would they be selling schlocky courses? Are they just that desperate for an incremental 50K?
No, they're making a lot of money with this. Grant Cardone says he makes the money here and then he plows it into real estate. So it's like this is cash flow, and then I can then invest it into like real things and then launder my reputation. I call it reputation laundering because they're taking money by ways that most people would consider scummy or scammy or distasteful, and then they plow it into things that most people would consider legit. Like Ty Lopez is in the process of trying to do this, and I'm not going to let him. He's investing in Pier 1, right? He's doing a bunch of like things like that. He bought
a bunch of
but where'd the money come from?
For nothing, right?
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, here's the clip.
Through this entrepreneurial
sales cures all.
Sales cures all. So if you're down to your last $1,000, this offer today is $9.97. GrantCardone.com/shark. Okay.
Yeah.
You're down. A guy's sitting there right now watching this, and I got my last grand, dude, and I got Christmas coming. Should he spend it on this?
Absolutely.
I'll tell you the same thing.
I'll tell you why.
So brutal. So brutal. They literally would take the last $1,000 out of mom's purse.
Oh yeah.
Out of dad's wallet.
Oh yeah. Take it.
Take that last $1,000. The kids get no presents, coal in their stockings. Don't pay the heat bill. Just take your last $1,000 and give it to Grant Cardone.
And guess what you get for that?
You get a course or a book, an ebook. I don't know.
You get Damon John's ebook. You get Damon on Demand, which is like his stupid course or whatever, and then you get a 10x Growth Con. Guess what that is, Jason? It's a pitch for more stuff. So you're gonna go there broke, and then they're gonna go, "Hey, you got a credit card? You got it? Yeah, hey, you got? Can you swipe?" This is actually a famous tactic where in the back of the room, hey, nobody's watching. Maybe we'll call the bank with you. Maybe we'll, there's a lot of people who do this. So they first make you go broke.
They get you to come to a free seminar. Then they get you to do $100. Then they get you to do $600. Then they get you to do $6,000. Right? It's like they're boiling the frog.
Oh yeah.
And you just go. Does Tony Robbins fall into this category? Because there are people who I know who go to Tony Robbins seminars. It's a week. It's $5,000, which that's in our industry, a tech conference. That might be what a tech conference costs, but then they pay $10K where they do personal consulting. It seems like a lot of these folks kind of took the Tony Robbins archetype and then they're kind of rebuilding it as like cheap Tony Robbins.
Yeah. So like
cheap versions, like a poor is Ty Lopez and
they're sort
Grant
of
Cardone,
poor
like
man,
poor man
Tony Robbins. Yeah, but what I can tell you is that like I do this thing now where I used to just analyze the marketing, but now I'm also like some of these guys, I'll go through their course and then I'll also talk about what's in the course. So I have the Knowledge Business Blueprint, which is Tony Robbins' new course, right? He sells it for, I think, $2,000, somewhere in that range. Anyways, so during one of the little modules, he's talking about, selling your business, selling your knowledge. So he's teaching you maybe how to sell a course, okay? So he's teaching you this. They talk about how many people they have in the program, Jason. They have something like, I'm blanking on the number. I think it's like 13,000 people or 20,000 people. You come to find out that they've made tens of millions of dollars off an online course that costs them, after production, $0 besides customer acquisition to make. So the question is, why wouldn't Tony just put it out on his website? Listen, I also don't really have that big of a problem with, like, you want to go hear the hoorah rah. There might be some value in that. But what's the value in, like, spending $2,000 to make Tony richer and to make Dean Graziosi richer versus, oh, maybe we should just, like, give this knowledge out for free because we're trying to help people, right? And the people who look up to us, like, yeah, some of them are successful, but a lot of them are, like, in desperate straits who resonate with Tony's life story of being, like, broke and destitute. So why not just release the information? Or, like, maybe say $100 just to maybe get some commitment, but then, like, give it to charity. Why $2,000? That's what I can't figure out.
I mean, I've done my podcast, This Week in Startups, for 1,100 episodes. It's free. I interview the greatest investors and entrepreneurs in the world. If you were to watch but 10% or 20% of them for free, you would get a lot more than these fake entrepreneurs regurgitating what my guests on my podcast talk about. And all of that knowledge is out there for free in podcasts, in audiobooks, and in books in your library. You don't even have to pay for it. So just buy the business books and read them and watch business podcasts. I mean,
can I tell you something?
This isn't really complicated, folks.
Something else.
These losers have no knowledge. They have no knowledge.
Look at this. This is the Knowledge Broker Blueprint, right? They break it up and they'll do installments for you.
Wow.
And of course
that's a bit of a tell too,
They
right?
raise the price of the installments, of course, because they want to make sure they get the money out of you.
Yeah.
$5.94, 4 monthly payments. Just because it also tells you who their audience is, right? Because if they're dealing with big players who are
they wouldn't need a payment plan,
right? So who are they actually targeting? Who's actually this $2,000 course for?
They're not targeting somebody who's an accredited investor. Accredited investors make $200,000 a year or more. Those are the only people I really work with as co-investors are accredited. We don't work with civilians, as we call them. And it's not meant to be derogatory, but the civilian crowd that's learning, we have free stuff for them. Yeah. Watch the podcast, read the books. They're all basically free or close to free, right? $10 for a book is essentially free. I mean, you pay more for, lunch. So I think that's overall, I think we've broken down how you know if you're getting scammed. Is this more than the return on investment test? Can you get this information from a more credible person who actually has business success? And what are they charging for the same information?
Correct.
Free. Or their book, Bob Iger's book, Mike Ovitz's book, Good to Great, all the Jim Collins books, Crossing the Chasm. There's plenty of books out there. And there's all these tactical books too that you can get just on any of these tactical things. And the tactical books are $20, $10. They shouldn't be 2,000. You shouldn't add 2 zeros. You should take 2 zeros off. So it's basically a scam. Then if they're trying to upsell you on stuff constantly, you're getting scammed. And if they don't let you pay as you go for a coaching, then it's a scam, I think, as well.
Right. Like if it's a buy-in to, like, you have to do 12, whatever.
I think that is the good indication that you're being scammed.
There's another thing now they're doing, which is an action-based refund, which is a way they get a lot of people out. So they go, I have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Yeah. This is insider baseball for all the people who are wondering, should I buy this, right? They go, I have a 60-day money-back guarantee. That's what they'll tell you. Then you go to their refund policy, and they won't say this in the webinar where they sell you on it. They'll go, oh, actually, to make sure that you try, we need you to watch 40% of the modules, Jason, and we need you to submit 2 help requests, and we need you to contact 20 businesses in order to get a refund. By the way, you didn't know that's going in. But if you actually if you watch 80% of the course or more, you can't get a refund. So you need that Goldilocks zone. You need the Goldilocks zone of you've tried, but you haven't tried hard enough in order to get a refund. And what this ends up doing is people get a refund on day 29, not knowing that they were supposed to jump through all these hoops. And these guys go, oh yeah, well, it's an easy 30-day refund, but you forgot to jump through the hoops.
Should we watch one of these Neil Patel embarrassing videos?
Let's do
I
it.
kind of feel like we're at our best when we watch his
Hey,
embarrassing videos.
Neil Patel. I've been wanting to make a video on Neil Patel forever. It's just there's too much. There's too many
There's
people.
too many grifters.
Oh yeah.
But look at this dork. I knew this kid because he was friends with my like brother-in-law's friend or something, and he was like a fan of mine. And it's gross to see what he turned out to be. But
Where's the link?
it's just these videos.